All right, Father. Well, I wanted to get an exorcist's opinion on the recent.
No, I'm sorry, I'm not going to interrupt.
What would you say, blasphemous act at the Olympic Games, the opening of the French Olympic Games. We have a tableau clearly mocking Christ, clearly meant to be, I would say, a depiction of the Last Supper, in which you have an obese woman who is surrounded by drag queens.
So apparently all the fundies are freaking out over this image in the from the Olympics. Several images apparently. It's not just this one. This one just includes the LGBTQIA plus folks. So that's that always ends up being the main thing that offends them. Just them existing anywhere really is offensive to fundies. But the fact that they did it in the Olympics and apparently in some kind of religious depiction or whatever, that was just a bridge too far. So I don't know. We're gonna get into it. I am Brentley, and this is the Punk Apostate. Let's go. So, like I said, there's this is Pints of Aquinas. I don't know if anybody's familiar. He's quite popular. He had Jordan Peterson on a show not too long ago, and he's Catholic. I'd imagine, right? Since he's got clearly a exorcist priest on here to talk about the offensive stuff that happened in Paris or whatever. So I don't know. Let him continue.
One, in fact, even had their genitalia out. I don't know if you know this, by a child.
I mean, it was in Paris, France. I mean, let's just be real. They're kind of weird in that regard. Okay, they got some cultural anyway, but that's a French thing. I think. I mean, not next to the child thing. I'm not. I don't know. But wasn't that one Netflix show wasn't that a French show that like made everybody what the hell was that thing called? What was that show? It was like a show about anyway. I don't know.
They tried to, I think, cover up for it by saying that this was meant to depict a 16th century painting called The Feast of the Gods.
Oh yeah, because look, in both of them, they're at a table. So, but I guess the Christians own the patent on people at a table with a person in the middle. This person right here with a little thing around it. But because their God's the only one that matters, and they're the only ones that really should be allowed. I mean, where are all the Greeks coming out right now going, how dare you do our table picture thing like that? We're offended. Okay, how dare you disrespect all of our totally existent gods with whatever that was of the blue people or whatever. I don't even know. Where are they at? Huh? I think they need to come forward and they should be more outraged than the fundies, the Christian fundies.
I don't believe that, but even if that were the case, it's not.
Of course you don't believe that. Like, I'd actually rather be offended the way that I'd like to be offended, because that's just what we do. We are Christians. We get offended.
To say that a piece of art can't be influenced by multiple sources, and even if one of them is The Last Supper, this is a travesty, I would say.
So just any... if it's even influenced the tiniest bit by The Last Supper, that's a fucking travesty. Jesus Christ. Y'all need to relax. Okay. Holy shit. This is insane. I've never seen another group of people. I mean, it's like they're just the cultural Karens. Like they wanted to, did you ask to speak to the Olympics manager because you're fucking offended at like a picture that they used, an image that they used that you didn't like because it looked too similar to something you think is very special?
Besides that, you even had that woman, the obese one, on her Instagram saying, oh yes, the gay New Testament.
And doesn't that sound like it's in response to something? I don't know. You saying she said that before the fundies freaked out about it? Are you sure? Are you sure she said that before anybody thought about it as that? You sure she wasn't responding? Anyway, you know what?
And then she deleted that post and the story got changed. But what's your opinion?
Well, you caught him, buddy. Wow, that's wow. You solved it. I'm glad you're on the case, Aquinas. What? Oh, it's not as. It's not. Oh, yeah, that's right. We've been over that. Yeah, okay. That's apparently it's not. His name's not Aquinas. Although I don't know why you would call it that.
You know, but how should
And you probably shouldn't drink either. How can you be a Christian channel when you're talking about drinking alcohol? What? Oh, they're Catholics. Oh, that's right. Never mind. They're it's actually encouraged alcoholism. I'm sorry. I always forget about that. Yeah, I forget they're alcoholics over there.
the Christians react?
You know, it's interesting that France, a traditionally very Catholic country, once called the eldest daughter of the church, that's fascinated by Notre Dame Cathedral. You know, it's being restored after the Great Fire. So there's almost kind of a
which was a act of God. Okay, just burning. Oh wait, they burned the church. Never mind. It was not. That one wasn't an act of God. That was an act of Satan, a different God, a non-Christian, one of the gods that doesn't like the Christian God. He burned that fucking church down, dude.
split personality, if you will. They want to hold on to something, but maybe just as a symbol, but there really isn't anything that speaks of a real commitment to God. So you look at the opening of the Olympics, and they are mocking Christianity, their own identity,
What?
and celebrating paganism. I think that's really
Wait. Because you're saying it was. Wait, hold on. It can't be both. You can't do both. Hold on. It's like, oh, because they're celebrating paganism. And so if they're celebrating paganism, that's also a slap in the face to Christianity. Dude, if they're celebrating paganism, then that would mean that the painting that they were all doing, whatever, was the Greek god one and wasn't the Christian one. You can't have it both ways, dude. You can't have it both be the fucking pagan one and the Christian one and somehow get outraged by both. Wait, I get to be outraged, okay? Because either way, it's a slap in the face to Christianity. You can't. What are you doing, man?
kind of the travesty
Ridiculous.
that we should be looking at, because you know they can say that it wasn't depicting the Last Supper, but the Feast of the Gods is Dutch painting.
Yeah, and
But ultimately, they're celebrating paganism, which is an outright rejection of Christian principles and beliefs, which helped to mold and shape Western civilization, including the country of France itself.
what the fuck? Okay, so yeah, he's just covering his bases. Yeah, just like, and even if it is, then we still get to be offended. By the way, it just doesn't matter what happens. We're allowed to be offended. Okay, everybody else is never allowed to be offended, especially LGBTQ folks. As often as we offend them on purpose, by the way, them getting offended is okay. Them offending us now, God damn it, that is not okay. In fact, you know what we should do in response is remove all their fucking rights. How about that? You know, and that's what they tend to do and actually get away with it a lot.
Yeah, it's one thing if you're a pagan prior to the coming of Christ. But once Christ comes, this changes everything. Once you've been evangelized and have been a Christian nation and you throw that off for paganism, I mean, how do you see this as an exorcist, I guess? I mean, this interest in
Stupidly, very stupidly, because he's an exorcist. So it's going to be dumb and silly.
paganism and how that relates to the demonic.
I think it's
How is this like a person that actually still exists? Like, what? How is this like his job is going? He's a fucking real life Ghostbuster, but like dresses sillier somehow. It's incredible.
very much directly related, because the demonic would want people to turn their backs on Christ, you know, and in doing so, we kind of turn out the light. One of my great verses out of the Bible in the book of Genesis says, "Let there be light." And in the world of exorcism, priests that do this ministry go about trying to turn on the light of Christ for people who have fallen into darkness. The travesty here is that people have fallen into darkness and they don't even realize it.
He keeps sounding like he's ending a sentence and then doesn't. Like he's just it sounds like everything he's saying is not quite sure that that's what he's actually saying. Listen to this. Hold on.
They go about trying to turn on the light of Christ for people who have fallen into darkness. The travesty here is that people have fallen into darkness and they don't even realize it. Mm-hmm. And that's exactly what the demonic would want. We think of St. Paul's second letter to the Corinthians, where Satan transforms himself into an angel of light.
Oh my God. All right, everybody drink. Everybody drink. He said that the devil comes to you as an angel of light. That's our, if anybody's new, that's our drinking. I don't drink myself, but I mean, I'll drink some kratom to it. But yeah, that's That's the thing they say so fucking often with these demon people that we all have to, we have to make a drinking game out of it.
Deceives many people. And I think a lot of people are being deceived by what we saw at the opening of the Olympics, somehow believing that that's celebrating something good, when in reality it's celebrating something very bad, something very demonic.
God, they sound so funny. And they think they're celebrating something good, but in reality, they are celebrating something bad and demonic. Yeah.
I think many Christians are more interested in befriending the world than remaining friends with God. And we're told in scripture that whoever is a friend of the world has become an enemy with God. And so while we might...
Yeah, that's kind of, it's a sound, yeah, because that's like a cult thing. It's just trying to get you to be afraid of anything that's not the cult. That's why they do stuff like that. They're like, are you like cool with doing anything that's not obsessive about our cult? Okay, then that's evil. That's wrong. That's bad.
Privately or hopefully publicly hold to the church's teaching on these things. Where
all right, yeah, it's enough out of you for a minute. How's everybody doing? Doing all right? Is everybody hanging in there? You having a good day? Right? What do y'all think about the Olympics? Did you like the opening? I liked the medal song. I think that was probably my favorite part. I was like, that they did not pull any punches with this metal song. They didn't do like and nothing else matters type of fucking metal song. You know what I'm saying? They did like a fucking like actual fucking metal. I was like, wow, okay. I'm starting to really like France. I don't know. Just out of nowhere, I was like, these guys. And there was a decapitated lady holding her own head in all the way. I was like, this is fucking metal as fuck. I love this. I'm down with this, dude. Best Olympics opening ever. Okay. It's fucking badass, right? Could not get more badass. All right, who won today? Let's see. Michael N won. Hey, how we doing, man? How's it going, Michael? And Top Tester coming in close every time. Every time. Top Tester just like just almost there. Not quite. Almost up. And third, we got Oceanus Helios. Did I say that right? Oceanus Helios, which means ocean of hell. If anybody's not familiar, which seems kind of contradictory, sort of self-contradictory, because you can't have oceans in hell, right? Because it's too hot; it would evaporate. So it's kind of a cool name. That was the point of that. Theists are losing their minds again. Sounds like a good day to me. Yeah, that's that's every day. So every day's a good day in the neighborhood. Every day's a good day to be a neighbor. So I forgot the rest of there's another sentence that goes to that with that whole thing. Hey, what's up, dude? In Captive Desk, Dave's here. How we doing, man? All right, all hail Bigfoot. That's right. Top Tester gets it. You know, he knows the tagline for Captive Desk. That's right. Oceana said they should be able to overlook art. They should be able to overlook art. They overlook police brutality. It should be easy for them to unsee. Yeah, exactly. I know. Yeah, it's funny how it's like only when it's something that is offensive to them, and it's all when stuff is offensive to them, it always seems like this is like something where you're like, okay, but like all this could go away if you just wouldn't give a fuck. You know what I mean? Like all like other people's problems, like with the All Lives Matter, like if we're talking about like what you're talking about, like with All Lives Matter crew, like those problems that Black Lives Matter addresses couldn't go away if they just were like, okay, we can just decide not to care about this. It wouldn't go. That's not, you can't do that, right? But like everything they get offended about, it's just like, dude, if you just decided not to give a fuck, it wouldn't matter anymore. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's just funny freakouts are just, it's so pathetic, and it's everywhere. I had to like dig. I'm gonna go through this one's kind of boring. I think I'm gonna switch to the other one. But the it's like there's like a billion of these. There's a billion, and then now apparently there was this is really funny. There was some kind of power outage in Paris or whatever, probably because of the I mean, well, it's just they don't have the best. Like, I don't know if anybody's been to Europe. But they don't have the best grid, you know what I mean? And then the influx of like all of the people or whatever, it probably, just is like a basic, like obvious, like, okay, it makes sense that would happen. But of course, it's an act of fucking God, right? then they also are saying that the church was still lit up. So it's more confirms their bias. It confirms their bias. Like it's like a confirmation bias. But anyway, Star Song, how we doing? Star Song's here. All right, cool. Baptized in fire. Wow, that's metal. Now, baptized in fire probably like the beginning of the Olympics too, right? You dug it, right? Yeah. Out there listening to the fucking French metal. Yeah, you get it. He gets it. And nobody named Baptized in Fire doesn't like metal. Okay, that's got to be the case, right? I'm choosing to deduce that way. Okay. Top Desert said he's a real life Ghostbuster in a world where ghosts aren't real. I know, that's the funny part. That's true. Like, because at least Ghostbusters like can be like, look, there's the fucking ghost, man. Look, we can push a button, open our little like thing, whatever. I don't know how it works exactly, but it doesn't because it's made up. Anyway, they can open their little thing and show you the Slimer guy coming out of it. They could never do that for the demons that they purport, is that the right way to say that? To get rid of. I think that is the right way to say that. Oh, nice. Baptized in Fire that afternoon. All finally catching a live stream. Hell yeah, cool. I'm glad. Yeah, dude, this is the last week of the late ones. So I'm glad you're able to make it because I think next week, at some point next week, I'm going back to the mornings because I can't wait. I hate this schedule so much. I like my fucking mornings, dude. Like I just don't like doing this shit in the afternoon. It sucks. Got like half a brain by that time. So his son. Oh, I know. I was just kidding. But I appreciate the correction. Let's do it. Helios equals sun. Oceanus equals ocean. These are Greek titans. I'm poking fun at current theology with it. Love ancient Greek stuff, especially the art. Fuck yeah, dude. All right, cool. No, that's awesome. It's funny that you said the Helios because I was thinking. I remember I used to do these like cards, right, where it was like. In my homeschooling, my Christian homeschooling, and they had these cards, and it was like the etymology of all the words and like their Greek and Latin roots, and like the Greek ones were like green, right, cards, and then the Latin ones were red, and yeah, I remember stuff like Helios and stuff and learning about stuff like that, and then a lot of our words. Kind of having those as the basis. Anyway, it's just interesting. I obviously I don't remember much because that was a long time ago, and and most of what I learned from my Christian fundamentalist homeschooling was nonsense. So I kind of I'm like I can just block all that out now and just have to start all fucking over again. Apparently, Star Song said, I don't like the way bad actors have taken over BLM. It started out as a good thing, calling attention to police brutality, but the bad actors took over and derailed the narrative. I don't know exactly what you mean because it's a grassroots sort of thing. So I don't know exactly what you're talking about, but it's not. There isn't anything for anybody to take over. It's kind of just a grassroots thing that everybody can have. And so when people usually are talking about the leaders of Black Lives Matter, they don't really know what the fuck they're talking about because doesn't work like that at all. So, and that's usually stuff that the right likes to throw out, or just, anti-progressive type of people. They try to say like, oh, the leaders did this and the leaders did that. So just, keep an eye out for that sort of thing because it has nothing to do. There is no leaders to it like that. It's grassroots. So they're just trying to find people that are involved and then vilify them using different whatever to think. But like it's only about what their actual message is about, which is what you described. Everybody that works there isn't perfect or anything like that, or even in agreement with everything they believe. Because again, it's run by so many different people. But yeah, I get what you're saying. But yeah, keep an eye out for that type of stuff though, because it's real easy to get caught up in that sort of shit. All right, so let me switch to the other one. So I got a cap. Where is it? Is it cap? I can't remember. Hold on. Says yeah, it's a cap. That's right. A cap, chap, fib, chap, cap, whatever it's fuck. I don't care. And he's got stuff to talk about this whole thing too.
Of all the crazy things that would happen in 2024, including but not exclusive to a former president almost dying by assassination attempt, a current sitting president almost dying by old age and having to give up his reelection seat to another person, I did not have on my bingo card.
Oh, would you stop with the bingo? That was like 4 years ago, dude. Right? Wasn't that the 2020 thing? Well, I didn't have that on my 2020 bingo card. Like, right? Wasn't that like 4 fucking years ago? This dude's still saying this shit.
That the 2024 Paris Olympics would begin with a bunch of drag
Death
queens
metal. Oh,
mocking
come on,
Christianity with
he's even got the metal band right here in the corner, but he's just all hyper focused on the drag queen part. Okay.
some sort of rendition of the
figure.
Last
Go
Supper.
figure.
But that is exactly what happened.
No,
With
not
the-
really. No. It's weird that they say like, so I guess it's just this like nothing to me unless you're seriously reaching. Nobody's wearing any of the same clothes. Nobody's, as far as I can tell, are in the same positions. It's just that there's a table and a bunch of people on one side and a bunch of people on the other side, and there's this little circle thing kind of close to her head. That's probably the only thing that I can see that is similar. But
This Olympic ceremony that just occurred yesterday. And there's even more stuff that happened yesterday that's
it just occurred. It did just occur.
pretty eye-opening. I'm going to share it with you right now. I'm going to share a few of the most shocking things that happened in the opening ceremony.
The fuck is that thing? Is that a monster? There's a monster. Monsters are pretty shocking, right? You guys shocked by the monsters? No?
I'm going to share with you as well a picture of what happened in past ceremonies so that you know that, Cap, you can't say, Cap, this is just art. This is just entertainment. This is just expression. You're going to see what true art looks like when it comes to an opening ceremony.
True art. Really? So we've moved on from the No True Scotsman for Christianity. Now it's moved on to fucking art. Jeez Louise. What are you, my dad, talking about Picasso? Get the fuck out of here. What are you talking about?
And how what's happening before our eyes right now is truly a demonic agenda that they're just trying to jam down our throats. And then
I thought he said demonic genitals. That they're trying to jam down our throat. Hold on, let's get back to that. Hold on, I gotta hear it one more time because it really did sound like he said it's just a demonic genital.
true art looks like when it comes to an opening ceremony, and how what's happening before our eyes right now is truly a demonic agenda that they're just trying to jam down our throats. And then I'm going to share with you some scripture at the end.
Come on. And if you want some genitalia shoved down your throat, go to adamandeve.com. Enter that code word Brentley and check out to get 50% off almost any one item. 6 free movies, 3 free gifts, and free shipping on the whole order. Just go to adamandeve.com, enter that code word Brentley. That's Brently, and check out and get your exclusive offer. Get your butt some stuff. All right.
And to bring the whole thing together, because the word of God doesn't return void. And if you don't believe that we are in a spiritual
The word, because does he just get to say that about anything? Is this everything is because the word of God doesn't return void? What the fuck does that even mean? The word of God doesn't return at all. It doesn't do anything. It's just words, on a page from a really long time ago that you all think are really something special.
battle right now, buckle up because it's about to get very real. So let's check out this first.
Buckle up. Look out, dude. Okay, just buckle up, buddy. My goodness. He does seem like somebody that would say crapola, right? Okay, got the crapola. That just
clip right here. So if I click this first clip, look at this. This is crazy, man. Look at this first music performance. I'm going to try to pull this up from the beginning.
Got it.
Like, imagine watching this with your 6-year-old. I have a 6-year-old or a 5-year-old. So to me, this is not so hard to imagine. And I'm glad I didn't watch this because my kids would have
okay. I'm like, did you do it? Is that why it's not hard to imagine? Jesus. What the fuck? Oh my God.
nightmares looking at this. But look at this.
Isn't it like it's literally from a representation of something that happened in history? But see, this is the thing I think too with like France. They're not fucking prudes like all you weirdos, dude. Like they don't fucking like shield their children from decapitated head art. They don't fucking care, dude.
Opening ceremony music performance.
Fuck yeah, dude. What?
Really?
What?
For the Olympics?
It's
For
a
primetime television?
It's a metal band. Why don't you show the kind of music that comes out next?
You're going to have a lady singing with her head lopped off?
Saira, as I said, Asya Saira, all will be well.
Oh, this part
yeah,
of the
dude.
ceremony is
I was so happy with this. I was like, this is fucking incredible. I'm so happy right now.
the liberty and the quest for liberty.
The quest for liberty, guys. Hey, this is
Awesome.
this is
This
how
is
far
awesome.
art has come from what art really is meant to do, which is to glorify God. That's the whole purpose
Oh my good. What the fuck? Okay, so now you own the patent on all art now. My good God.
of art anyway.
He
But
said that all art is truly intended to glorify the God of my religion. That's what all, like, irrespective of anybody believes any other religion or anything, what they're supposed to be doing is worshiping my God with their art. God, they're so fucking, like, they're just so entitled.
this is an
God,
expression
I
of
can't.
liberty.
It's fucking-
Well, I mean, yeah, but can you like kind of tone it down with some of the gory pictures for
There's barely any blood. Look, and it's like it looks like silk, okay? It's like silky blood. It's like and she's still alive, okay? It's not like she's dead. She's singing, okay? And that's fine, you know? That means she's okay. Have your kids all ever watched Looney Tunes? All right. I'm sure some heads get cut off in Looney Tunes, right? Maybe. I don't know.
the opening ceremony with our kids watching?
And there's a scary horse. They have a horse that's very scary. It's like it looks like it has skeleton legs, and there's kids watching. There's kids watching. It's a scary see-through horse. It's like looks like it's a ghost horse. Man, we didn't, it's too scary for the kids.
And you have this, which is a very bizarre picture. It's like this midnight rider on a horse, which I'm going to share with you in a little bit because there's a direct correlation in the book of Revelation. That's
Oh my fucking God, dude. Oh my, these people with their fucking epiphania are just driving me goddamn crazy. Okay, holy shit, everything's connected to their fucking dumbass, weird, nonsensical book. I don't. So frustrating. I just, everything in that book is so nonsensical. It's so fucking stupid. That's the one that talks about Jesus coming back with like fire eyes and a sword tongue.
it's kind of eerie when you look at this.
So what?
Just looking at this, nothing about it looks like
Not awesome. What are you talking about? This looks fucking incredible. That's awesome.
light. It seems very dark, but just look at this horseman just kind of
Oh my god.
running through the night. Like, what's the point? What is the point? Oh, there's no real point behind it. No, these people spend millions, if not billions of dollars putting this whole event together.
What is the point? Like, it's a scary horse just like running like on water, and everybody knows you can't run on water. And that's a direct. Actually, the horse running on water is a direct slap in the face to Jesus Christ of Nazareth, my Lord and Savior. Because you know what he did? Walked on water. He didn't run. He didn't run on water. He walked, and here we got a horse running on water, just like Jesus didn't do. Evil. This is evil. I'm personally offended. Okay, I'm offended.
I'm talking about the Olympics here. Every detail is calculated. Every single detail. No, it's not just like art class for a kindergartner where it's like, oh, I don't know, I just kind of threw paint on the wall and that's my art. No, every detail was paid for, signed off on, and typically it was signed off on by a committee of people who said, okay, we're going to do this. But why? For what purpose? And do another one.
Art. What do you want, man? And I'm sure that if you actually talk to the people that made this stuff, yeah, it does have points to it and everything, and it does mean stuff. It's just not stuff that you understand. Maybe go like look something up about like what did this one mean? I learn stuff like all the time, where I'll think there's some band or something, and they have like an album cover or whatever, right? And I'm like looking up, and I'm like, what did this mean? Like what is this part? And I'll have an idea in my head of what I think they're meaning by this image. And half the time I'm like way off. I'm like, oh shit, it has nothing to do with what I was thinking. It's this other thing over here, right? And they're happy to say what gave them the inspiration for the artwork and everything. Generally speaking, unless they're childish fucking Gambino who thinks he doesn't ever have to answer for anything because he's a fucking weirdo. But I'm not going to get into my weird thing about childish Gambino. But he's awesome in Community. I will say that. Okay. But after that, that's it. I'm out.
For you?
That's gonna give me the most hate mail right there. It's like fucking what? I get you're a punker and everything, but really childish? You're gonna go after my childish now? I will eat your face. He's won Emmys, dude. Okay.
So here's a shot right here. This one is just very bizarre. You have kids.
Okay.
Clearly kids.
Clearly.
In a tunnel.
In a tunnel? What are they doing in a tunnel? They should be reading their Bible.
I want you to piece this together. Kids in a tunnel.
Okay.
And you have this person in a boat. Is he like gonna where is he gonna take these kids? Like
to sex.
Where are the kids' parents? What's going on here?
He literally said where are these children's parents? Okay. You can't just be out riding boats, okay, without your parents' permission and specific supervision.
Like, I'm not trying to get like all Jeffrey Epstein conspiracy theory on you, but what are we trying to communicate with?
I just do it anyway. Okay. I'm not trying to, it just naturally occurs.
This picture. What's the purpose of this? Like, this is like, if this was a still from a movie that my kids who are super young asked me to watch, I'd be like, yeah, I don't know. I
don't know. There's boats and kids and like in tunnels. I don't know. I feel like the tunnels were a bridge too far. Either tunnels or a tunnel too far. Not a bridge. I mean, the bridge, if they were on a bridge, it'd be fine. You know, I'd be cool with that. But the tunnels, no.
Something about this just seems kind of sketchy to me. And then without further ado,
everything about everything seems kind of sketchy to you, dude, because you're just terrified of every goddamn thing. Maybe because you've programmed yourself to believe that there's invisible, undetectable monsters around every fucking turn and people doing witchcraft and everything, just everywhere, just trying to do spells to get demons in your brain.
Here you have the Last Supper. You got the Last Supper, but the Last Supper is not Jesus. And
okay, see, they put it. Are they doing any of the same stuff at all? Am I like, oh, and he doesn't even have the thing around his head. Never mind. I thought that this was significant. I thought there was like a glowing whatever. I thought he had like a fucking orb around. He doesn't even have that. Nothing here is similar to it. Other than a fucking table that people are at and they're on one side of the fucking table, because that's, you know, how it would have to be when you're on stage. Jesus Christ.
His disciples, the night before he was crucified, the night before he was murdered for the sins of mankind.
That's inappropriate for kids. Okay. You want to talk about what's inappropriate for fucking children? The torture, murder, weird blood cult, human sacrifice shit that you're obsessed with. That's not appropriate for kids. It's funny that they're okay. They're like all freaked out about anybody, like about their like kids knowing about people having sex at all, because apparently that's something that nobody ever does, right? And it's completely not normal. But the torture murder, that's apparently fine. That's everybody does that at some point in their life. You got to torture murder stuff sometimes, right? That's totally appropriate for kids. Fucking what the hell is happening?
No, you have a bunch of men dressed up as women. And the production value of this is horrible.
Okay, so you just described what drag is, but I don't think that's necessarily what it is. Hey, Giselle, how you doing? Doing all right? Hey, looking good with your sunglasses. I like this. Those new? They look good. I like them. It's really nice. Let's see. Oceana said, I am equally welcoming anybody that mocks any religion with art. J. Suis Charlie. Does he not realize that Mo flew to heaven on a winged horse? Derp. I have no idea what that second part had anything to do with, but I'm in full support of the first part. So just saying, yeah, I think we can mock all religions equally. Okay.
By the way, like if you're gonna do it, like at least make it look good. But this is such a.
That's what I always say too before sex. If you're gonna do it, at least make it look good. Okay. And you know how you make it look good? Well, with the products from adamandeve.com. That's right. Go to adamandeve.com, enter code word Brentley at checkout to get 50% off almost any one item. 6 free movies, 3 free gifts, and free shipping on the whole order. Let's go to adamandeve.com. Enter that code word Brentley. All right, back to the stupid.
Such a mockery. Here, I'll actually play for you. Production value of this is horrible, by the way. Like, if you're gonna do it,
Now I was criticizing the production. And by the way, I could see the fucking strings. It was ridiculous. Didn't even look real. Okay. And the horse said that the horse looked fake. It looked fake.
like, at least make it look good. But this is such a mockery. Here, I'll actually play for you.
A mockery of what? A mockery of looking good? There's such a mockery of things that look good.
The clip right now, so you can see what exactly happened here.
Oh, good.
Heart-shaped hands.
Evil. Heart-shaped hands. That's a mockery of real hearts.
Dude, this is insane. Insane.
I don't get it. What's I'm saying about it?
I
don't understand.
The absolute mockery that these people are making of Christianity is mind-blowing. I saw somebody in the comments say, okay, now do the same thing with Islam. You know that these people would never do that with Islam. Meanwhile,
there's no Islamic paintings that are painted by famous fucking Italian painter. Or is he Italian? I don't know what his name is. Right? European painters. Okay, do they have famous Muslim paintings? I don't think they do. But I think they weren't allowed. Actually, they're very specific about. They don't like drawings for some reason. They're very specific about that.
Ironically enough, France, London, a lot of these European.
Next year, we need to make we need to have them like somebody come out in like a bunch of cords, right? Be making fun of the flying spaghetti monster, and then it's be like, all right, are we cool then? Are we equal? We're good. We're making fun of the religion you don't like. Does that make it cool now? Are we good?
In countries are being absolutely decimated by immigrants coming in and completely taking over in the name of Islam. You know,
what the fuck is he talking about? Is he talking about? Okay, I think I know what he's talking about. Let me go back.
It's London. A lot of these European countries are being absolutely decimated by immigrants coming in and completely taking over in the name of Islam. You know,
it's funny when that's not allowed. For that, maybe it's just the immigrant part. It's like, and they're not even from there, so that's where it's really bad. But he's fine with like Christianity taking over entire towns and shit, and forcing everybody in that town to like, I don't know, just have to look at their bullshit imagery all over the place and shit. But if a Muslim did that in a different country, now they're decimating the place. Okay.
Riots everywhere, protests everywhere. It's insane. Just go watch the video clips.
What of the immigrants going into and I will say this real quick, because the French, as far as I understand, and I'm not I don't know too much about this sort of thing, but I do know that I think it's France has is it France? Yeah, I think it is. They have a like law where you can't. It's like they have separation. I mean, or that you're not allowed to have any religious imagery on at all. Like they have, it's like forced secularism or whatever, right? Which I actually disagree with. I think that everybody shouldn't. I mean, I don't think you should force people to not be allowed to show their religious imagery if they want. Like if they want to wear their stuff or whatever, or like do their thing in public or whatever, they should be allowed to do that. In order to have true religious, or to have like a true separation of church and state, you have to have freedom for religion, right? You have to allow everybody to be able to express their religion, and then not have any religion as an established religion, right? But yeah, they seem to have a bit of a tiff with the Muslims in certain areas and stuff, because they're trying to force them to not be allowed to wear their stuff. So anyway, it's a whole thing, and I definitely disagree with France trying to force them to not be allowed to wear their whatever, their Muslim stuff.
That's happening. Well, I would actually submit this. Here's an interesting thing I didn't think about. Why are both of these things happening at the same time? Because there is
and I can't think of what it's called. They just told me. Nick, my partner Nikki, she just told me it's like called like an amethyst or something, or emphasis. It's basically just a party of the gods, right? And there's old paintings of them around a table too. So it's I know there's a table, so it's got to be that or whatever. I don't know. To me, this doesn't look anything like the Last Supper. It looks like it could be either one, and I don't know, but it's apparently some like party of the gods or whatever, like from Greek mythology.
Spirit behind both of these activities. And here's the spirit behind both of these activities. This is the Antichrist spirit. This is what it says in 1 John 4, verses 1 through 3. Beloved, do not believe every spirit, but test the spirits, whether they are of God, because many false
There it is. Thank you, Lago. Hey, Lago, how you doing? Like I said, the feast of Dionysus. Dionysus. I said it right. Don't look at me like that. I'm not. I pronounced it just fine. God damn it. Okay. Yeah. Okay. That was it. So, the feast of Dionysus. Dionysus. Okay. I feel like I do remember that word being said by somebody at some point. But thank you.
prophets have gone out into the world. By this you know the Spirit of God. Every spirit that confesses that Jesus Christ has come in the flesh is of God, and every spirit that does not confess that Jesus Christ has come in the flesh is not of God. And this is the spirit of the Antichrist, which you have heard was coming and is now already in the world. The Antichrist. Who's the Antichrist?
I didn't. How the fuck do you know? Like, really? Wait a second. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to go back because I'm like reading some of the comments. What was this? Charlie did what? Charlie something? What? Okay. J. Suez. Charlie is French for I am Charlie, a French cartoon publication made fun of religion and Mohammed, and terrorists murdered people at the publication. Okay, I feel like I do remember this. And apparently this has happened in just many different places, but maybe not many, but it's happened in multiple places. And okay, so yeah, because again, you're not allowed to draw stuff for the Muslims or whatever, for whatever fucking reason. Who knows why? But yeah, that's not good. That's bad. That's bad. It's not okay to kill people. So I can see why. I don't know, they would have problems a little bit with that, but they don't need to take it out on everybody. And I still think that the banning their religious dress and stuff is that's not okay. Leave them alone.
And this is the spirit of the Antichrist, which you have heard was coming and is now already in the world. The Antichrist. Who's the Antichrist? The Antichrist is the person that comes in the book of Revelation who establishes his throne, ruling over the earth in this period of the 7-year period of the Great Tribulation.
Yeah, which we're like right on the cusp. We're right on the cusp of the earth being united and ran by one dude. That's just right about to fucking happen. Jesus Christ. Like, can you imagine, like, thinking that this was just any second now? Some dude's going to be like, I united the entire world and I'm going to be ruling the world now. So it's going, come on, dude.
And this person, I mean, everything that sets up for this person who hates God, who is persecuting Christians, who sets up this one world government, one world currency. If you don't get the mark of the beast, the mark, the 666 on your hand or on your forehead or whatever, you can't buy or sell
or whatever. Okay. It's like, because he's like, get it on your hand or your forehead or whatever. I don't know. I guess you can get it on your elbow too if you want, wherever. It doesn't matter.
So you're going to have to figure out how you're going to survive in the midst of this economy that's ruled by this one world ruler. Everything is leading up to this point right now. In fact, it doesn't even surprise me that you have all of this happening at the Olympics. All of this is happening on a global stage where every country is represented. And what are they doing?
All of what? All of what? They just had a fucking picture you freak out about. Like, like all of what? Like, he just said, like, he's like, okay, this guy's going to come out. He's going to unite the world. He's going to force everybody to worship one religion or whatever he's going to do. All this shit that's just obviously never, ever going to fucking happen. Right. And then he's saying, and so that makes sense that, all of this crazy stuff would happen at the Olympics. Nothing fucking happened. You literally were sitting there looking at a horse going, I don't know. I just don't like it. Something about it. It's not okay. There's kids in tunnels too. Like, see that? The tunnel kids. Fucking, who do they think they are, just showing kids inside tunnels like that? This is fucking in boats too, in the tunnel.
And
evil.
They're allowing that spirit to run rampant and to tell you what's about to come. I'm going to share with you again.
And if you want to be told what's about to come. That's never mind. You know what? I'm gonna just cancel the whole ad thing because I botched it. I messed it up.
This picture
Fuck.
of, let's see, where I want to go to the, here it is. Here is that the horse
scary.
rider. This is a
This is the horse, the scary horse thing.
different horse rider, but
It's different ones. I mean, they're probably connected somehow because horses, everybody knows the apocalypse.
what's up with this visual right here?
What is that?
What's amazing is you have people.
It's the TriStar. It's the Disney think the TriStar intro from the 90s. Do they even still do that? I don't know. There used to be, for all you kiddos out there, there used to be this company that made movies called TriStar, and it showed a horse with wings. It would just fly towards the screen. He probably freaked out about it. It's like they're talking about Revelation every time a movie starts with that production company. You know that?
When they see this guy on like a pale horse, you have people that aren't even believers recognizing, wait a second, I think I've heard of that before. You have this guy over here. He's not a Christian at all.
A pale horse? What does death riding a pale horse represent? Death. It represents death. And death is coming for us all, which is why we need to try to be the best we can be before that pale horse comes riding for us, and we should compete with each other to be the best that we can be before that pale horse gets here. The Olympics. There, I just made that up, but I just feel like that could easily be the case.
Shields, what does death riding a pale horse represent?
Isn't there a song or something? Is there a song? That's like a fucking Pink Floyd song or some shit, right? I don't know.
You want me to show you what that represents? Look at this. Revelation chapter 6, verse 8.
Thank you, Scott. What does that represent? Oh, it's Muhammad riding a Pegasus. God damn it. See, it's mocking Jesus by showing a depiction of Muhammad. You're not allowed to do that, by the way. Does everybody know? Okay, so they're probably keeping it a secret for that reason. Hey, but and it was a horse-like creature, by the way. He didn't actually ride a horse. It's a Pegasus. Was it actually a Pegasus? Does anybody know? I don't know Islam stuff enough. Was it a Pegasus? I just thought it was some type of horse-like creature. That's what I feel like I remember. I remember Muslims in debates always be like, "It wasn't a horse. It was a weird horse-like creature." And they're like, "Yeah, not helping your case, dude. So it's still stupid and weird. Okay, that's not." I'm like, okay, but still, I just want to get that right. Okay, maybe make a note of that. Don't call it a horse anymore. My religion is very important.
So I looked, and behold, a pale horse, and the name of him who sat on it was Death, and Hades followed with him. And
isn't this respecting your religion? It's like they get mad. They get mad when they do like imagery making fun, and then they do get mad when they do imagery that's like nodding to it, like as an homage kind of thing. Like you can't make these people happy or not happy. They're just like constantly mad for no reason. I mean, it's because they're all against masturbation. I swear that's what it is.
And power was given to them over, and power was given to them over
Bless you.
fourth of the earth to kill with sword, with hunger, with death, and by the beasts of the earth.
What kind of fucking cracked out acid head poem is this? What the hell is that? It's like, so I looked, and behold, a pale horse, and the name of him who sat on it was Death, and Hades followed with him. Hades was there with the death. They're butts. They're butts. They hang out a lot. You know, they're not the same, but they're similar. Okay. And power was given to them over a fourth of the earth to kill with sword. That's how they killed with sword. It wasn't with anything from the future like guns and stuff. They wouldn't have. That would be way too fortuitous to like put something that actually fit. Anyway, with hunger, they also killed with hunger. With death, they killed with death. Like, where are these coming? What the fuck? It's so stupid. Like, how fucking stupid? How does anybody think this was written by God? What the fuck is wrong with everybody? And by beasts of the earth. Jesus Christ.
Here's what's interesting. I don't even know if the people putting this together understand the weight of all of these decisions that they're putting together. The mockery of Jesus by having drag queens come out and pretend to be Jesus and his disciples.
Why is it so much more offensive to them that it's drag queens? Like, why? What is that? Like, would it be okay if it was fucking, I don't know, just like, I'm just trying to think of anything else. Mimes. If it were fucking mimes, I know that's not really the same thing, but I'm just saying, like, would that carry the same disdain from this fuckhead?
The mockery of possibly the rider of death on the pale horse in Revelation.
Or it's like an homage. I don't know if you know, the fucking metal band was just on there, and this whole verse or whatever the fuck this is kind of sounds like it's straight out of a metal song, except that I feel like the metal song would be a tad bit more coherent. But
they might not even know what narrative they're partnering with. They just think that they're flowing with their creativity. The devil is using these people whether they know it or not. And so here's my challenge to you as a Christian.
Well, let me see. Blaster, what's up, dude? Blaster's here. Said, I think the Olympic opening exposed how much Christians have stolen from other pantheons and don't realize it. They don't even know who Dionysus is. I actually kind of don't either. But I do think you're right in that regard. It's just kind of funny that they just think they own everything. That's what it really boils down to, is that they think that everything is theirs. They have the right to get offended far beyond anybody else. They constantly, like him just being like this about like the LGBTQ folks, that's offensive to LGBTQ folks, but like he doesn't fucking care about that. He's allowed to be offensive to them all fucking day long, right? They're he's allowed to say fuck you to them. Doesn't matter. They're allowed to be they're allowed to be offended. Christians not allowed to be offended. It's just so fucking gross. They're such just fucking entitled little brats. Oh, fucking childish brats. Michael said, there are serious shrooms on the Isle of of Patmos. J's in it can be looked up. What? J's can be looked up. Yeah, I heard there was something like that was like one of the first place that like psilocybin was discovered or something like that, which would make sense, especially if the dude was literally in prison, right? And he's hungry. It would make sense if that grew out of, in the prison. Could happen. Just saying, right? Anyway, just cool instead. You sent me a funny picture. It was relevant. Okay, I'll check it out. What is it? Oh, they killed people to death. All right. I know they killed people with death. Because it's like the power was given them over a fourth of the earth to kill with sword, with hunger, because it's starved people, with death. They killed with death. Good. Okay. Yeah. Not incoherent at all. Jesus Christ.
My challenge to you as a Christian is we cannot get angry at these people. We cannot harbor anger and bitterness. We need to forgive these people. These people need Jesus. If they don't receive,
we know not what we do. Okay. We know not. So, you got to forgive us.
Forgiveness for their sin, they will
You need to turn the other cheek, buddy. You need to turn the other cheek.
Burn in hell for their sin, just like every one of us would have if it wasn't for the grace of God. Okay. We got to pray for these people.
Okay. I love how they always going to say they will burn in hell because they don't accept Jesus' sacrifice. Like we all would. We actually all would be burning. Yeah. Like that was why I was saying. I'm not saying that I'm like thinking about all the people that orchestrated this whole thing that I'm so offended about burning in hell. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that that's just what happens to anybody that doesn't accept Jesus Christ in their heart.
People, but these people nonetheless are partnering with a demonic spirit. They're partnering with the spirit of the Antichrist, who's setting the stage before the tribulation happens and the Antichrist takes the stage.
Okay, he takes the stage. He's a showman. The Antichrist is a showman. Okay. That's his deal, right? It's almost like a magician, right? Like he makes a big statue up here to come alive, right? And scare everybody, right? Anyway. Hey, Carrie, what's going on? It's hilarious that stories predating their religion, honoring the tradition of the games, can even be thought of as insulting their traditions when they didn't even exist in the creation of the games. Oh, really? Is it like the imagery was like from that type of stuff? What is it? The Greek god of wine. Oh, of course they have a god of wine. Like, there's got to be a god up there that created this stuff. Okay? It's incredible. Have you drunk this shit? It's fucking awesome. I love it. It makes me like not care about anything. There's got to be a god associated. Anyway, the one laying on the table. Oh, okay. You're allowed to be ignorant. You're not offended by it. No, I'm not. Yeah, I don't. And I honestly, I don't know a whole lot about all the God stuff. Where's Ember? She knows about this stuff. That's usually who I go. I mean, she knows just about everything, but like specifically a lot about this type of stuff. But yeah, that's usually my go-to when I have questions of this caliber. Right.
All right, I'm going to share with you some comparisons of what happened in past Olympics. But before I do, I want to share with you a quick opportunity. If you are just tired, especially if you're an American, if you're tired
of y'all just freaking out over nothing and acting like you own the everything, right? That's where you're going with this, right?
of the woke agenda destroying everything
God damn it. Okay.
that it touches politics, education, entertainment, media, etc. And you think, well, Cap, what can I do practically about this problem? One
Buy your product. Is that it?
thing you can do is you can stop buying from the big box companies every month that are promoting these demonic messages.
Because that's what it is. It's the wokesters, the woke people, whatever, they own every company other than the one that I want you to buy from. So
like Pride Month, etc.
like Pride
And you
Month,
can do that by making a simple switch, buying the boring products that you buy every month, laundry detergent.
You can pay way too much for Christian products that are full of bigotry and hate.
Shampoo, deodorant, etc. You don't
want some bigot shampoo? Get it. Come on.
have to buy from those companies that
We actually purposefully tested on animals just to get rid of all the vegans too, because fuck vegans, right? Yeah. So we melt the skin off of hamsters and shit on purpose with this shit.
they're promoting that stuff. Go to switchwithcap.com, schedule a free call with my team. Free call, no headlocks at all, but just learn from our team how you can make a simple switch that is going to make a big difference in the country and you're going to feel great about. And the products are also amazing.
Yeah, right. I don't think they are. I guarantee you what happened is they order the shit from what's that place? Sam's Club or whatever, right? Empty out the bottle, like take off the label, make up their new, and it's like, with Jesus, and it's like, we hate woke people, which means we just hate everybody. Well, that's what, if you hate woke, you just hate everybody that's not white, straight, and Christian. But it says that on the bottle, and then they just sell it back to you for twice as much.
And we can together defund this demonic agenda that's being pushed on our throats everywhere we go. Go to switchwithcap.com to learn more. Link in the description.
Good luck with that, everybody. Good luck.
Here.
Okay. Oh, okay. It was
But let's get back to this. Okay, check this out. Now let's look at Russia. This is Russia in 2014. Let's look at the difference here. Look at this, 2014 versus 2024. 2024 is on the bottom here. You have grown men dressing as women.
Okay, that's like, why is that so scary? Like, they're not naked or anything like that, as far as I understand. Oh, and of course, he's getting this from fucking Turning Point, because of course. But like, it's just that they're not dressed the way that he likes, not naked or anything like that. Just wearing clothes they don't like.
Absolute degeneracy. And then in 2014,
absolute degeneracy, because drag. They're dressed in drag, not even revealing drag. My God.
Look at this.
Look at that. Look what she's doing to her toes. Okay. That's some fucking degeneracy. Have you ever tried to do that shit with your toes? It hurts. Okay. I feel degenerated every time I try to do that shit. Okay. So I think that's more degenerated shit if is necessary. I don't know how to say that one.
Look at how classy this is. Classy, sophisticated, beautiful.
Look at but they're wearing tights. Okay, hold on. Let's see. Where are we out here?
Look at this. Look at how classy.
Look at these tights. Look at that. That is way too feminine. Okay, he's basically dressed in drag right there. All right. I mean, look at this. Look at this guy. He's wearing like stockings and stuff, right? Always, right? You know, way super feminine. I mean, my goodness. Okay, they're basically just dressed in drag too. I don't know how he's even finding the distinction here. It's crazy.
This is classy, sophisticated, beautiful.
Look at that, guys. Skin tight, little leggings. It's a man wearing leggings. It's way too revealing.
And then this is what's in 2024. Are you not seeing it, people?
Come on, play the music, man. I want to hear the metal band.
Are you not seeing it?
Oh, come on. This is very unimpactful. Like, I think it would actually sell harder if you played the music of the metal band, and then you'd be like, listen, and the music even sounds evil too. That sounds like the devil singing. Okay, if the devil had a band, it sound like that. Okay,
Enough.
you can't even read the name of it. You can't even read it. It's like growing limbs and stuff. Yeah.
Here's what I want to tell you. If you're in a place where you're seeing this,
Oh, he wants to tell us something. Like, why do you like? What do you? I feel like he announces that he has to say things like way too often. He's like, here's what I'd like to say in a second right now. Okay. I'm thinking about what I'd like to say, and I'm about to say it when I say what I'm going to say vis-a-vis the following. Okay.
you likely clicked on this video because you're looking at what's happening in the world and you're asking yourself, okay, what is going on here? Clearly things are going in a bad direction, but what does this mean for me? How can I be a part of the solution? Is it just going to be bad news
We are man and tight.
and worse news until the end? Because it looks like we're getting really close to the end of the story here of humanity. And let me tell you, it's going to get worse. It's going to get worse.
All right, then just shut up about it. If it's supposed to get worse, right? This is what I never understand about this shit. It's like they're constantly crying about the culture or whatever and not being their religion or just degeneracy or whatever the fuck, right? And it's like, aren't y'all supposed to be on the fucking narrow road anyway? Isn't the world supposed to be going to hell in a handbasket? You're supposed to just be in the world, but not of it, and on the narrow road while everybody else goes to the road down to destruction or whatever. So you got to just be like, look, yeah, that's what's happening over there. We don't pay attention to that because we're Christians and we're on the narrow road. They never do that. They're just sitting there crying about everything and acting completely fucking surprised when the world isn't their religion all the time. And then they also will sit there and then try to, here in America, will literally try to force everybody to live in accordance with their religion while also claiming that they're on the narrow road and it's normal that the world's going to hell. I don't understand this. Like, how can you say that you're in the world, not of the world, if you're trying to control the fucking world? How does that work?
And the end of the story is not looking good for those who are not in Christ. But if you are in Christ, let me tell you, the best is yet to come. And that's why I can talk about what's happening in the world.
Nah, you didn't say it right. You didn't say it right. You're supposed to say, the best is yet to come.
Peace in my heart and a smile on my face. This is what Jesus said in John 16:33. These things I've spoken to you, that in me you may have peace. In the world.
What? These things are spoken to you in peace.
You're going to have tribulation in my heart and a smile on my face. This is what Jesus said in John 16:33.
Okay.
These things I've spoken to you, that in me you may have peace. In the world, you're going to have tribulation, man. The devil knows that his time.
That's the other version. That's like that's the kids version, the kid lingo version. Like, you're going to have tribulation, broski. Okay. It's like, dude, you're gonna have some tribulation, bro.
Time is coming to an end. He's going to do whatever he can to bring as many people to hell with him as possible. And most people, let me tell you, are already on their way to hell. The Bible says that wide is the path which leads to destruction. And
that's like their whole game. The Kilogram said, the old everything I don't like is literally demons. I mean, he's not Isaiah, but he's close. He's close. You know, they probably do have like a timeshare together or something. I don't know, but yeah, almost there, almost to the level of the Isaiah. Everything I don't like is demons.
Many are going to go down that path, but narrow is the path which leads to life, and few will find it. Here's the good news, though. It's not too late. If you're watching this video, it's not too late for you to find the narrow path which leads to life.
Oh, that's a good one. Did you come up with that quote? Michael said, logic is to the Christian as the cross is to the vampire. And then it says Michael Bell, and then it shows his face, and it's like a black and white like meme thing that's sort of like split, where it's like all black with a white lettering over to the right, while his face is like, looks like cool, like it was like a headshot of some sort. Anyway, but you should make that into a meme if you don't have that already, because that's pretty cool. I like that. If you made that up, that's good. That's good.
But
I want to get one of the thing that I say, which is, if you can learn to be wrong gracefully, you'll be right more than most. I made that up. It's pretty good. Pretty good. I was just coming. Anyway, I'm sorry.
of good cheer. Here's what Jesus says: I have overcome the world. And why was Jesus qualified to talk about overcoming the world? Because after they crucified him, I'm talking about, remember this, I said the night, this whole scene right here is them mocking Jesus and his disciples the night before Jesus went to a cross for your sin. And
it's not, that's not even what's happening. This has nothing to do with that, dude. Like, I'm pretty sure, like, at all.
My sin, and was brutal.
I mean, it would make sense. I was thinking this the other day, because or just earlier now, because they said that it was like a depiction of like the party of the gods, right? The god of wine, according to the chat here. And they said like they're showing it's like, and it's like if it's a party for the gods, it'd be kind of interesting to make it sort of look like the Last Supper, because he's one of the gods, right? They're just trying to include him, right? They're just trying to be inclusive to the LGBTQIA plus folks and Jesus at the party of the gods. I feel like we're just everybody there, right there. Everybody represented. What the hell is the problem? Okay.
Brutally murdered for the sin of the world. But he didn't stay dead. No, that's what's amazing about the God that we worship in Jesus. He is not just another person who claimed that they were some prophet or something, or even God, and then stayed dead. He is the only person who rose himself from the grave by the power of the Holy Spirit.
Oh my God. I just don't understand how they can literally think this is true from a time when we had no way of being able to check on anything, right? And the people at that time who wrote this stuff down, well, after the fact, mind you, 60 to 90 years after the fact, they wrote the Gospels. Those people would be fucked up if somebody did a card trick in front of them. They'd be like thinking that they were magic or like a witch or something, like any kind of little stupid illusion that we all know it today, like how it's done. One of which was the turning water into wine trick, which was literally a popular parlor trick from that time, which is just kind of ironic because and I've literally had, this is so funny to me, but Christian magicians come to the church that I used to go to and do that trick, right? And you're just like, probably shouldn't be doing this, man. You're kind of just making it really obvious how easy it is to do this stupid trick and then claim that it's magical, right? So I don't think you should probably be doing a parlor trick from the Iron Age. It was the Iron Age, I guess. It was not the Bronze. I always say Bronze Age, but somebody corrected me and said that it's actually the Iron Age. So, and I looked it up, and it sounds like that might be right. So, but yeah, and we're expected to believe that all the people back then writing this stuff down were accurate about this dude actually coming back to life after being actually dead for 3 days.
And let me tell you, you're not going to get out of this life alive without that same power. But if you give your life to Jesus, if anything's going to happen in this world, with all the craziness happening, if all
dude, pop that in the Discord, man. I want to put that out. Okay.
This is going to happen. Don't let it be a waste. Let this be the thing that turns you to God and say, you know what? I need to get back reacquainted with my Creator. If I'm going to survive,
acquainted with my Creator. Don't say that way. That's a tongue twister. You're just shooting yourself in the foot with the way you're describing stuff. You get acquainted with your Creator. You get acquainted with your Equator. You get created with your acquainter. I mean,
what's going on right now? I need a supernatural power from on high. You need forgiveness for your sin. You need the power of the Holy Spirit. And the good news is no matter what happens in the world, from now until Jesus comes back to judge the world, you will be more than an overcomer, because the spirit of the overcomer will.
It's like that scene from Scary Movie when the cum like in. It's like that's an overcomer right there. That is a way overcomer. That scene was gross. I mean, I think it was funny because it took everybody by surprise, but it was pretty gross. Okay, just thinking the logistics of that and having to clean all that. It's nuts. Disgusting.
Live in you. Come on, somebody. Greater is he who is.
Scary Movie is an old movie that came out several years back that kind of made fun of scary movies. And ironically, the name that they took was actually what the movie Scream was supposed to be called. Did you know that? It was originally called Scary Movie, and they changed it to Scream. And then the funny version called it Scary Movie. Yeah, it's a little bit of trivia for you there.
Is in you as a Christian than he who is in the world, that spirit of the Antichrist. So give your life to Jesus. If you haven't given your life to God, I have another.
Give your life to Jesus. I feel like they don't understand how insane they sound when they say that, dude. It's like, just give your entire life. Just stop living for you at all. Just live your life for this other thing. Okay, just give your entire life. You don't know true freedom until you're a slave for Jesus Christ.
Their video at the end of this one you have to watch. You need to make sure that you are in right standing relationship with God if you're going to make it in these end times, and if you want to be sure that you spend eternity in heaven.
Wow, yeah, talk about some emotional manipulation there. Like, you got to be right with Jesus if you're going to make it in these end times. Otherwise, you won't make it. Okay, you'll disintegrate. You won't. You'll just break down and just your bones will just break to pieces, and then you'll go to hell too. And be tortured for all eternity. So you might as just do the thing I'm telling you to do.
Heaven and not hell. Go watch that video. I also have another Bible study you can go.
So you can go to heaven and not hell.
Check out. And then finally, just as a reminder, if you want to learn how you can make a simple switch, practically shopping goods that are high quality, eco-friendly, non-toxic, and are non-woke, you can go to switchwithcap.com, schedule a free call.
All right, enough out of you. What is it? Okay, we're good. We're still good. I gotta figure out what the problem is with this computer. It keeps going down. Never did that before, and now I'm having problems with it all the time. Damn, it's like the whole thing for us. Okay, let me see here. Let me go back. Oh, I've got a couple minutes, right? Got a few minutes left. Okay. Oh, look, it's somebody else crying about it. Imagine that. Jesus Christ. How many people? Oh my God, another one. Look at this. It's just, wow. It's like they all fucking latch on to one thing. Oh my God. It's like another one. Big Nick's the only one that doesn't seem to. Oh, wait, no. I'm sorry. The demonic kids commercial. What? Oh, this one's only 5 minutes. Okay.
Obeying God because
What? Oh, God, he goes so fast. Sorry.
we were all enemies of God at one point. But this is necessary to
What?
talk about
We were all
this
enemies of. Okay, hold on. We're gonna have to get into that. Jesus Christ. All right. Where are we at here?
is very sad. We have to stop playing with God as if he has no feelings or emotions and as if he's not going to judge people for their iniquity. We got to stop doing that because
We gotta stop like treating God like he doesn't have feelings. Okay, you're hurting his feelings. Okay, and when his feelings are hurt, that makes baby Jesus cry.
people are messing around and they're finding out that God does not play about his children. I don't take
It's not mess. It's fuck around and find out, dude. Don't, if you can't use the words, don't say the thing. Okay, because it just sounds stupid. All right. It's like sounds like a verbal version of your fucking haircut.
pleasure in watching people's downfall, especially if they're disobeying God, because we were all enemies of God at one point. But this is necessary to talk about because we need
We were all enemies of God at some point. So he's basically saying you're born into being an enemy of God. Jesus fucking Christ, what is wrong with these people? My goodness. What's and Blaster said, let's see, who was it? Fucking. No, yeah, that's it. You just said fucking. I mean, I agree. Fucking, right? Fucking thing, man. Fucking.
need to have the fear of the Lord in this hour. We can't just be actively spitting in God's face and thinking that we're going to get away in this life scot-free. And maybe you will get.
What? We can't be actively spitting in God's face. Hold on, let me hear that whole sentence. He writes these down too, by the way. I know it really doesn't seem like
Point. But this is necessary to talk about because we need to have the fear of the Lord in this hour. We can't just be active.
they give away the game too. So I know. Keep pausing it. It's like we need to have the fear of the Lord in this hour. It's like, dude, I don't think you need any more fear, buddy. Okay. In fact, I think you need to stop with all the fear shit. All right, man. You're terrorizing yourself and you don't even fucking realize it.
Actively spitting in God's face and thinking that we're going to get away in this life scot-free. And maybe you will get away in this life scot-free, but in eternity, you will have to answer for your actions. What's going on, guys? It's Big Nick.
Oh my God. So okay, wait, but so it does. Are we gonna get away with it in this life then? Is that because you're like, but you might not get away with it in this life, but even if you do, you won't in the eternity thing. So like if that's the case, then who fucking cares? Let us spit everywhere we want and go, but I spit on thine face. Who cares? We're gonna be tortured for all eternity. Like, what the fuck? Like, just can we like not just have some fun spitting here? Like, what the fuck?
Back for another video. Thank you guys so much for coming back to the channel
Oh, you're so welcome, buddy. You're very welcome.
today. Before we get into today's video, if you guys like Christian content, please give this video a like, subscribe to my channel.
Oh shit, I always forget it. Y'all don't mind if you do a little like that? I always forget this. I always literally have to put it in a comment after the fact because it's like, oh shit, yeah, and like the thing if you don't mind. Like,
Channel down below if you are new, and turn on my post notifications so you never miss a new video. Without further ado,
that too, because I go at random times. Okay, so whatever he's saying about the stuff, did you see? Look, I'm pointing in the right direction this time. That's the first time I think I've ever done that. I point. That's where the screen is. Like I'm pointing at him. Oh, yeah, that was awesome.
let's get into it. Celine Dion experienced the wrath of God by getting an incurable disease after releasing this satanic commercial targeting children. In this commercial, Celine Dion debuts a new clothing line for children, which is completely gender neutral, where she blows this demonic dust on babies in a nursing room, which is supposed to—
God, they're the worst. Fuck you, dude. Fuck you. And as somebody with like a condition that you fucking have, like you can sit here and say that like conditions like this are punishment from God because of a fucking commercial, because they just didn't separate the genders. Jesus fuck. And he's literally thinks this is okay to say. You think it's perfectly fine. It's like, and the reason that her, everything bad happened to her is because she said something that I don't like, that my religion thinks is not okay. So that nobody else does, because it actually doesn't matter, because gender is not really a big deal or anything. But like, that's why she deserves what happens. Go fuck yourself, dude.
to remove their binary gender. She also proceeds to explain that your children are not really your children. This type of rhetoric is not surprising, considering she was a frequent client
What the fuck? Why don't you say what she's...
of Jeffrey Epstein. She was
What? What? Was she really? That's fucking... That kind of doesn't make sense. Okay.
actually one of the many
Client of what was his actual business again? Besides the, the whole island thing or whatever, but like he had women on his...
celebrities to be listed on the flight logs a few
I feel like that's wrong, or I don't know, just something feels weird about that whole little statement. And given this dude's track record with being really fucking stupid when it comes to like, is something true or not, I don't know if I'd say that was accurate.
2 years back. And during this time, the media tried to portray Epstein's island as some crazy conspiracy theory. And in doing that, they worked heavy on covering up this list. Upon looking at the gender neutral clothing line's page, we see her bizarre obsession with dress.
No, I don't. Who said that it was a big conspiracy theory? I don't feel like that was. There was just a ton of conspiracy theories that like did come out of it though. Like which is a lot of times what ends up happening, right? Is there's something that happens, and then idiots like you go start connecting fucking dots that have nothing to do with anything, and then you start just I don't even know, just coming to weird conclusions about fucking Molech being worshipped or something. I don't know, sacrificing. I don't know, whatever, stupid shit.
dressing up children in satanic ritualistic outfits. These photos are really dark, and to be honest with you, it made me very angry looking at this. The reason why I was so angry is because I know that these children clothing lines are nothing but a front
Children clothing lines.
for a larger trafficking network which involves children. So when I saw these photos, I knew
Oh my God. See what I'm talking about with the conspiracy shit? And he went off the rails. Okay. That's, like Jeffrey Epstein. Yeah, that was terrible. And it was bad. Okay. Now we're into fucking psycho land.
was happening off camera, and it really disturbed me and it really saddened me. And it goes to show you that these celebrities are absolutely demon possessed, because no sane person would dress children up like this. In this first photo, they have a girl wearing a bag on her head.
Or his hairstylist is insecure. I'm really nervous about looking as silly as I do. Here's your haircut, buddy. Can you go with me everywhere and stand next to me? Yeah, that'd be great. Just everywhere I go, you go too with that haircut. And then I won't feel nearly as bad about myself.
Head, which is to symbolize that they view her as a disposable piece of trash. The second photo shows a girl. A sane person would dress children up like this. In this first photo, they have a girl wearing a bag on her head, which is to symbolize that they view her as
what are these from? Where did these come? And how much you want to bet this is fucking AI, dude? It would not surprise me in the slightest if this whole thing was like some AI concocted conspiracy that's just completely made up.
Disposable piece of trash. The second photo shows a girl holding up a mirror to her face with a demon inside of the mirror. The third photo has
That's not a demon, it's a skull, dude.
wearing a bag on her head, which is to symbolize that they view her as a disposable piece of trash. The second
yeah, that's not a demon. I mean, I'm not saying it's like good. It's still weird, whatever, but it's not a demon. Demons have a very specific look. They have horns, right? Usually sharp teeth. Okay, kind of like, just picture Nosferatu, but with horns.
photo shows a girl holding up a mirror to her face with a demon inside of the mirror. The third photo has a girl wearing a Baphomet mask in the middle of the forest. And
That's just a goat head. Baphomet. I mean, okay, Baphomet does have a goat head. But that's he just like goes straight over to the fucking thing.
this fourth photo shows a baby dressed up in demonic horns. Most
Okay,
of these
I really do think that all of this is bullshit. I really feel like this is completely made up, dude.
celebrities just use woke agendas as a full-fledged gateway into Satanism, considering that the devil created these woke agendas in the first place. But these woke
The devil created these woke agendas to begin with. My God.
agendas are more societally acceptable because they use the popular buzzwords like diversity, inclusion, love for all, the feel-good terms.
Yeah, all the stuff that you hate, because everybody's not supposed to be diverse. Everybody's supposed to, and again, given your like predicament, man, like I hope the leopards don't eat your face, okay, man? Because like you're basically saying that if anybody's different, fuck them, they don't belong. Like that just seems to be how this goes. If anybody's like seen as a being accepted even though they're different, fuck you, don't accept them for being different, that's bad. And yet you are on the team saying fuck everybody that's different.
That are really just satanic principles because they're all rooted in self and they're all rooted in sin. Now here's where it gets really tragic.
All rooted in self? What the fuck does that even mean? Okay,
For Celine.
everything's rooted in somebody's self, right? I mean, it would be their self that can't create. I don't know.
Recently, she contracted an
Jesus
incurable disease called stiff person syndrome, which is a rare neurological disease that's
Can I just go on a limb and say that we got to get a better name for that? That sounds really weird. Okay, and slightly sexual. I don't think that's because that's literally what I say every single time before I'm having sex. Oh, got stiff person syndrome. It's off to the road.
hindered her in making music any longer. In this recent documentary, we see the tragic footage of what this disease has done to her life.
It's hard to watch.
He's like, I'm actually cool with it because she deserves it because of a clothing line that like was okay with non-binary kids.
But Celine Dion wants her fans to see what she's enduring. The beloved singer suffers from stiff person syndrome. She was at her doctor's for a checkup when a seizure swept over her. She tried to laugh it off when she felt the first signs in her fingers. Soon, she was in the full throes of a medical emergency.
Brian, I need you right now. She's in a crisis. Lift her. Yep, ready? 1, 2, 3. She might be in spasm. Yeah. So then you're okay. You're okay, son. You're good.
The harrowing scenes are part of her new documentary on Amazon Prime, I Am Celine Dion, which starts streaming today. She's given a sedative in her nasal passages.
Oh, that's like that stuff. This is really, I'm sorry for bringing the party down. Just like that. This is quite depressing. Sorry, yeah, that sucks. Wow, that really sucks. I didn't realize how harsh like her disease. Like, I knew she had disease, and I haven't gotten a chance to watch. I heard Seth Andrews talking about it the other day. But damn, I just thought like she just, I have like some people have like seizures, so they just sort of it's not just falling over, but that's what it looks like. They just fall over, it kind of looks like they faint, right? That was kind of what I was picturing. I didn't know that she went through like the grand, I always forget what they're called. It's like a particular kind of seizure where you're like tense up and shit. It looks very painful. Okay.
The incurable disease.
Everything 6-7 says.
All right.
When this happens, it makes you feel so embarrassed.
Yep, there we go.
Although that video was very sad, whatever you sow into this world, you will end up reaping. Just like
God, he's such a piece of shit. God, I do not mind making fun of this guy at all now. Like, I was always kind of just on the fence, like, maybe I'm being a little mean here. Nope, never doing that again. Fuck this guy. Fuck him in his face. Jesus Christ, you're a piece of shit. Damn. It's like, wow, that was kind of sad. You shouldn't be sad because she fucking deserves it, okay? Because she made a clothing line that was okay with gay people.
it's like Galatians 6-7 says.
Fucking
The secular
Christ.
world likes to call it, whatever you put out in the universe, you'll get back. I mean, that's all biblical principles. They just take God out of it. But essentially,
What?
God's word.
That's not true. What are you talking about? That's not a biblical principle at all. No, nothing like it. The biblical principle is that the rain falls on the just and the unjust alike. And that's why there has to be a God at the end of the day that has to do his cosmic justice, even though you can pretty much be as evil as possible and still go to heaven as long as you say you're sorry to the space wizard dude or whatever.
Speaks about this exact principle, and it is true. You can't do weird things to children and not expect anything to happen. God does not play around when it comes to children.
What's crazy is that here's what's especially frustrating about this is when they're always doing this with like some fucking anti-LGBTQ thing, right? And saying that they're the ones that are harming children or whatever. But if you actually look at the raw data, do you know how fucking likely it is that children would be SA'd at church versus anywhere where there's queer folks, or anywhere like within the queer community or anything like that? It's astronomical, the odds of one, and then it's like the odds are like never for the other, right? Like you can like Google at any moment pretty much like children SA'd by pastor, priest, or just at church, and it will come up within like the past 5 days. If you put children SA'd at a pride event or something like that, it's like it's not anywhere like that. You know what I mean? It like hardly ever happens. And but they act like it's just so common that these people are hurting kids when it's actually common for their religion to be harming kids.
Because Jesus says in Luke 17:2, it would be better for someone to have a millstone hung around his neck and cast into the sea than to cause one of his little ones to sin. Seriously, the Lord said that himself. People believe because God is love, he does not have any emotions when it comes to righteous indignation. But if we get upset about injustice being done to children and we are made in his image and likeness, then God has to have those same feelings that we have as well. In the full passage of Luke 17:2, Jesus says this: it would be better for him if a millstone were hung around his neck and he were cast into the sea than that he should cause one of these little ones to sin. And in that passage, he was talking about children. Do not play with God's children because God will not play with you. At the end of the day, I feel bad for both parties involved, the children and Celine Dion, because both of them are being attacked by dark spiritual forces. However,
This dude is so fucking brain damage level delusional. Like, holy shit, dude. What and just that's so gross, dude. What an like, why do they do that? Like, and And meanwhile, they'll completely ignore the actual problems of like with the of abuse and things like that, right? Where and they will literally support like people's like that like situations like what I grew up with, which was like homeschooling and stuff like that, where you never have any outside contact of with anybody outside of like your little bubble thing or whatever, right? And you don't go to any public school, you don't go to any like anything, right? So like it's a breeding ground for abuse. And of course they're all in support of that. And that's like where abuse actually happens, right? Is typically with people that they know, and a lot of times of people of some kind of like religious stature, because they're obsessed with forgiveness, which kind of just tends to attract a certain kind of people, right? Then they also have like the moral cover of appearing to be moral just because they are the religion. And then they have access to kids. So, I mean, it's constant with this sort of thing, but they like act like that's not a thing that's happening. And the actual assault and everything is happening over here in these fucking nonsensical spaces that are not happening just ever because of a fucking clothing line, right? And some made up conspiracy that he's got.
Does exist free will, and when you choose to come into an alignment with the plans of Satan, you become an enemy of God, and you are subject to the wrath of God to come. If you made it all the way to the end of this video, I want you to comment down below, God will not be mocked. If you guys want to financially sow into this ministry, I do have an offering link that's in the description, or I have merch that you can buy, which is also...
I mean, Spider said, what's up, dude? How you doing? Spider said, the majority of kids commit the thing because they feel different than everybody else. Mainly people like this dude, right? And that's sort of the thing. That's why I say like with the leopards eating his face or whatever, because like he's definitely in a particular demographic where he could easily be mistreated for his disabilities and stuff, right? And he's actually supporting a whole political side that's like, shut up, stop being so sensitive. We should be allowed to make fun of you for this, right? It's like everybody's just being too sensitive, right? That's the side that he's on. It's like basically like the right being like everybody should just shut the fuck up, which they never seem to understand. That when you're advocating for that sort of behavior or advocating for that sort of system where you're saying that like it's okay for me to be harmful to other people and you should just get over it, it's abusive. Like that's just stuff that like sociopathic abusers say, like, oh, you're too sensitive, yeah. But it also sets up a system where you need to shut the fuck up. Then like people are allowed to then use that same type of system back on you, right? So like that's why this is all fucked up. Like that's why it doesn't make any sense. Like they're basically advocating for a system where they can be mistreated and they got to be okay with it. It's fucking weird.
In the description. You can also become a channel member here on YouTube where you get access to certain perks, like even being on the front page of my channel. If you want to check out my last video, you can watch it up here. Or if you want to subscribe to the channel, you can click that button up there.
Just like I was doing with the pointing thing. So, of course, now I'm messing up. He like pointed to the thing. All right, Joe. That was a wacky one. Jesus. Oh man. Oh, let's see. Dude has an wait. What are you saying? What's up, Bernie? I said dude has an own history of has his own. I think you're saying yeah. Dude has his own history of being abused for his disabilities. Would make you think he would be more sensible, but no, Jeebus. Yeah, exactly. I know they don't think, because again, like here's the thing. And I know I talk about this a lot, but it's like it really is important to remember that they don't understand like how morality actually works. When the way that everybody else thinks of morality is like how to treat other people and treating people the way that they would want to be treated, right? That's typically what everybody means when we talk about morality. What they think morality is being loyal, right? Being loyal to the belief system or whatever, right? And usually that just means being loyal to whatever their church system is, right? And so and it doesn't have anything to do with treating people. It has everything to do with just believing, doing the religion, saying the religion stuff. And you're like, and that makes you a moral person. Even if you're mistreating people, as long as you can point to the fucking religion that you're loyal to as the reason why you're mistreating somebody, you haven't done anything wrong. Okay, because it has nothing to do with actual morality. Anyway, all right, y'all. I gotta run. I know today's back. I've had a rough week. I'm gonna be honest. Struggling to make it through these. My work has just been crazy. So hopefully next week we'll be back to the morning time, and I'll be a bit more with it. Because oh my god, I'm exhausted. But it was still fun hanging out with y'all. I always enjoy these, and it was fun to like take a look at this whole fucking freak out about the there it is. How long is it? Okay, it's only 4 minutes. Here, let me see
This Olympics
so let's just look at this for a second.
incident has been all over the internet. It's been all over the news as well. Further mockery about Christianity. And I believe that a lot of people are waking up to the fact that there are evil forces that run this world that hate our God because he's the only true God. What's going on, guys?
That's why they hate us, because he's the only true God. Okay, we'll do this one next time. I'll start with this one and we'll go from there. And tomorrow is the members only live stream, and I've got a really fun one planned. So become a member. If you're not a member, become a member. It's a lot of fun. It's like I can get to a lot more comments when when I'm on the members only thing, because there's just fewer comments. It makes sense, right? But seriously, y'all, thank y'all so much for hanging out. This is a lot of fun. I'm gonna wrap it. And if you want to have fun having sex, go to adamandeve.com and enter that code word Brentley at checkout to get 50% off almost any one item. 6 free movies, 3 free gifts, and free shipping on the whole order. Let's go to adamandeve.com and enter that code word Brentley at checkout and get your exclusive offer. Get your butt some stuff and stuff your butt. All right. If you want to support the show, you can support us by supporting our sponsor, adamandeve.com, and entering that code word Brentley at checkout, or there's a bunch of other fucking shit you can do. Okay. You can become a patron, patreon.com/Punkapostate. You can send a one-time thing on Cash App, which I do truly appreciate. Oh, and a big thanks to the P. I always keep forgetting this. P is a new patron. So a new $5 patron. So thank you so much, P. Appreciate it. And if you want to become a member, there's ways you can do. There's a little button that says join, right? There's lots of perks, actually. You get like a bunch of extra videos and stuff like that. And I also am setting up like a server on Facebook if you want to be part of that. It's like a private server that I use for all of my research and stuff like that. If you want to help me with research and all that type of shit, I'm going to give access to the members. So, so become a member. But also you can send me an email if I get anything wrong or anything like that, or you just want a private correspondence. Punkapostate@gmail.com. Hang out on the Discord to check that out. And all the links to my socials are below. So check it out. All right, y'all. But the main thing, though, is to stay logical, loving, skeptical, and compassionate. And we'll see you next time.